And
Whoa!
off-axis tilt we're on.
What?
As far as just like going through without any sort of actual intentionality.
It's not laggy.
Nope, it's good.
This number blew me away.
Oh my gosh, this is wonderful.
And I can change the fan, which is so annoying.
This video is brought to you by Iona, North America's premier charging network. With unmatched commitment to elevating the customer experience, Iona is opening America's roads to all EVs, giving drivers the coverage they need, the reliability they deserve, and the amenities they crave.
Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. Today you are joining myself and Logan behind the camera. Good morning.
What's up, guys?
And we are in Austin, Texas at South by Southwest for arguably the most exciting electric car launch of the year. Behind me, we are finally getting our first look, uncovered, uncamouflaged, of the Rivian R2. In this video, we're gonna talk to you guys about pricing, trim levels, and all of the cool features that have gone into making this very affordable car for all of you guys. So stick around while Logan and I talk everything R2. Alrighty guys, so behind me we have a first look at the Rivian R2. Logan, what do you think?
First impressions, absolutely wonderful. The size is there, all of the styling is there. I'm in love with it.
Yeah, actually before we started the camera, Logan pulled me aside and he goes, "Oh, I'm sold." He was like, "I am sold."
And I'm like Kyle, guys, I am so critical of vehicles. If it is not perfect, I think this is near perfect. So
it looks so awesome in person. I mean, you know, we've seen them camouflaged. I've seen them in person. I was at the Fat Ice Race like 2 weeks ago, and they had, you know, a very simple camo on it. So it's not surprising that this is what it looks like, but to get to see the interiors, feel it, and enjoy all of it is so cool. So I do have my phone with me because I'm not always great with numbers, and I wanna make sure I give you guys the correct numbers here. So Logan, you did a podcast with Kyle on our Out of Spec Bits channel, discussing the different trim levels.
yes.
So let's start with the highest trim that they're offering that's available in spring of this year.
Yes.
That is their performance trim. So
Yep.
it's a dual motor, all-wheel drive. Do you remember the battery size on it?
So just under 88 usable, correct?
Yep, so they said 87.9 kilowatt hours usable, and I really like that they included usable, and they didn't just give you the gross number. I think all car companies should do that because it's a bit more informative.
Yeah, absolutely. If we're gonna speculate on anything, we should be speculating on the buffer, not what the consumer actually gets to take out of the car.
Absolutely. Things like horsepower, I don't really know what all of this means, but 656 horsepower, is that good? Is that bad?
That is juicy. Even in the electric world,
Juicy.
yes, it's good. Model Y performance is on par there as far as power goes, and the 0 to 60 is there to match as well. So that is a very spicy car.
And do you know the 0 to 60?
Offhand, I don't. Go ahead.
Good thing I have my notes, guys.
Oh, look at that.
3.6 seconds.
Very, very good. Yeah, so on par with Model Y performance, kind of in that area of like, even in the electric world, that is still a high performance vehicle.
Absolutely, and this is their performance trim. The estimated, so this is EPA estimated range. They have not run this through the EPA cycle yet. You can tell us a little bit more about that, Logan. Do you know why they don't just run it through the EPA before they announce all of this?
Kyle said that it has EPA.
Oh, it does have EPA.
Yeah,
okay.
because we wouldn't have the EPA numbers.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so this one, the performance gets 330 miles of range?
Yes. Yep.
Yes. Okay, excellent. And now the number that everybody has been waiting for, and this number blew me away. Do you know the price on the Rivian R2 Performance?
Go ahead and say it.
$57,990. I thought there was no way that they could build a car under 60 grand. And when I saw this number, I had to keep my mouth shut because we did get it beforehand under embargo.
Yep.
I want to tell all of my friends.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of car for the money, especially talking about, you know, a brand like Rivian where it is upscale and you kind of are paying for, you know, brand and interior style and everything.
And
like
then you get all the cool Rivian tech on top of it for under 60 grand. Now that $57,990 does not include the destination charge. I think it's like $1,400 or right around there. So that still comes in right under 60 grand, which in my world, so I'm in my 30s, you're in your 20s, like that's like kind of the max of what most people our age can afford.
Right, yeah.
They can actually have a Rivian.
If cars aren't your life, this is like kind of the maximum usually people want to spend.
Yes.
If you're doing pretty well in life. But yeah, I mean, I think an important note as well is the now discontinued base LFP R1S was
that was announced earlier in the week.
Yes, I mean that was significantly, more expensive. And like
started in that mid 70s range.
Yeah, and obviously no third row and a lot of other, no air suspension and stuff like that. But
that's what you're saying for R2, no third row,
yeah,
no air
right.
suspension.
And so obviously, they're not direct, segment competitors, but for this to have kind of the ethos and still be a very, very well optioned vehicle in a different segment that's still kind of close in size, I think the price is very good.
They knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Honestly, like kudos to Rivian. I'm so excited. I really wasn't that excited about this car because I don't have a need personally for an R2. I need the space of an R1. I need the towing capacity. I'll get into towing capacity here in a minute for the R2. So I kind of need the R1 for all the R1 things. But everybody in my life has been asking me about R2, oh, I'm waiting. I think this is going to be the car to get, and I think it's going to take the world by storm.
Absolutely.
So to quickly run over the other trim options, so I'm going to go kind of warp speed here. They offer the premium dual motor all-wheel drive, and that has the same battery. So again, 87.9 kilowatt hours usable. It has 450 horsepower, 537 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in.
Go ahead.
4.6 seconds. Again, it's set up to 330 miles of range, and that price is at $53,990. Again, that is for the premium Rivian R2.
Yeah, so Kyle and I were discussing that's probably kind of like the everyman spec, which is like if you live in the north, obviously we have that kind of like you have to have all-wheel drive thing as far as like the United States buyers go for snow and just inclement weather, stuff like that. And so in this premium segment, people usually want all-wheel drive, but not everybody wants 600 horsepower, and so that's probably going to be
grocery getter does not need 600 horsepower.
Right. So that'll probably be like the mass market spec.
Yes, $53,990. That's just blowing my mind. That will be available in late 2026. I'm expecting maybe fall, hopefully. And then they offer the standard rear wheel drive. Tough word for me to say. Long range, has the same battery, 87.9 kilowatt hours usable. 350 horsepower, 355 pound-feet of torque, 5.9 seconds, 0 to 60, and up to 345 miles of Rivian estimated range. Do you know what that means?
So that is not run through the EPA. That is an automaker test cycle, and we have zero information on what that includes, so we do have to take that number with a grain of salt right now. Wow. I will also say, Kyle and I discovered in kind of like some of the press material, there's an option to add all-wheel drive, it looks like, to this big battery rear drive standard. Like non-premium interior type vehicle. We don't have confirmation on that. We haven't talked to the chief engineer today, but we will update you guys when we get that information. We're not honestly too sure on that.
Okay.
But so that's the big battery rear drive standard, correct?
Yes, that is correct. And well, I don't know if we want to call it the big battery because it's the same as the performance of the premium, right?
Yeah,
they're all the same battery usable.
So yeah, even though it's a lower trim level, it still maintains that capacity.
Yes. Yep. And they're estimating that will be available in early 2027. And then they also have another standard rear wheel drive. This is not the long range.
Yes.
Battery is to be determined. Again, 350 horsepower, 355 pound-feet of torque, 5.9 seconds, 0 to 60, 275 miles of Rivian estimated range. Again, not EPA. And that's going to come in at $45,000, and it should be available in late 2027.
So for the longest time, Scott, they've been saying R2, $45,000. That is still the promise, but at launch, we are very far from that.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm so sparkly over the performance being under 60 grand.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I should hold them true that 45 grand, we haven't seen it yet, but if we do see it, I mean, that will be massive. I'll be so impressed.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, right now, I think we have to take that with, again, a grain of salt because that could, 6 months from now kind of just be quietly taken off the website. For all we know, we have no idea. But
Absolutely, but we'll hold them accountable because we have documentation and
absolutely.
we are making this video right now.
It is very important, at vehicle launch, they are still promising it. Nothing has changed, so they are still, consistent with what we've been hearing.
Absolutely. All right, so that covers the trims. Why don't we kind of do a walk around now that we can finally see it here in person? Let's start off with one of the many paint colors that are offered. This will be a limited time run. That is the Borealis color. And if you want to get a close-up of it in the sun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Logan, what do you think of the Borealis?
I am a big fan. I have heard negativity around it online, which kind of surprises me. I love it.
It's a little bit like McDonald's Grimace Hamburglar
Yep.
style.
Yep.
So you know what? We won't blame it, but it looks amazing in person.
And I think with the light interior, I'm a big fan of specs like this, where it's kind of like an abstract color with the light interior on the inside. Take a look here.
Let's talk about that light interior. Do you remember the name of it?
Cloud something?
Cloud something.
Yeah.
Okay, we will put that right here, what the exact color is. But it's got the classic Rivian styling. Oh, I didn't notice that this was fabric.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, that's fine, but so my biggest, or actually mine and Kyle's biggest pet peeve with cars are seat bolsters buckling and wearing over time.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if the fabric here will prevent that from happening as much.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, and I mean, we'll give you guys kind of like all of the interior things that we find in a second. We're very fresh still.
Yeah.
But first impressions, Scott, how are we feeling about this light interior, the interior overall?
I think the light interior is always the way to go. I say this in any video that I'm talking about interiors. I have 2 white dogs that shed. A black interior is a nightmare for me personally, and I think white just looks so clean. It gives it a lot of space. Yeah, I'm a big fan. And again, I just think it looks so cool.
Yeah, I mean, proportionally, it is such a Rivian, like I think
you don't drive down the street and think, oh, what is that?
Absolutely. And I mean, I think the average person, with 5 minutes in between might confuse this for an R1S.
Well, actually, I thought that they looked so wildly similar until last week when I was at the Fat Ice Race in Big Sky, Montana. They had an R1 and a wrapped R2 next to each other. And that's really where you see how much smaller the R2 is. I mean, this is a great everyday city size. There are several different wheel and tire options that we will go over, but this is a good first look. I think that these look so good with the Borealis color.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of the wheels.
Now we come to the signature. So this is that rear window that slides down. You do get a rear wiper. Now, Logan, do you get this window on all R2s?
No, you don't.
What do you get it with?
I forgot. Go ahead.
The Performance and the
Okay.
Premium come with that slide down rear window. That was something that I just learned today when Jeff was talking about it. Jeff Hamoud, head of design at Rivian, and I thought that was interesting. Oh, I've not seen these little holes.
Yeah, so it's almost like reminiscent of Mach-E. So they are like kind of telling you that it's a box on wheels, but then you look, it's not actually a box on wheels.
I hope that's coming through on camera.
So that
Can you get it
is
from this angle? That's so crazy.
that is an aero, type
Sneaky.
situation.
But
So
it looks good.
if you were to take this piece off, it would reveal that it's actually like kind of a fastback almost. Yeah, not quite
wow, okay.
X4 or GLC Coupe or something or Model Y, but it's a little bit sloped.
But it's there. What do we think the charge port? I think this looks really good.
It's super cool. It looks like a Leaf.
Oh, it does look like a Leaf.
Yeah, which is very Rivian.
Is it? Oh, you can touch it. So it's not. What's that called? Automatic? Machina?
Yeah, it's not a powered charge port door.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, there were some very lucky content creators and media who actually got to drive R2s while they were still camouflaged, and every single one of them brought this up. I don't know if you know what I'm about to say.
The maze.
The maze.
Yep. And there's people online who have already solved the maze. It is standardized across all of them.
So, fun little Easter egg. Well, so that's a very quick walk around. When we go through the interior, we'll show the frunk and all of that stuff. But why don't we go through some more of the exterior colors? So like we mentioned, this is the Borealis color.
Yes.
And up next, we have the Half Moon Gray, not Half Moon Bay, one of my favorite little surf spots. Looks good. Looks like a great car.
Yeah,
I don't think it's very fun.
Quite a lot of flake on this one. The only one here that doesn't have flake is the white, I believe.
The Glacier White?
Yes.
I
Yep.
think it might.
The white does not have flake.
It does not,
Yeah.
okay. And here we come to my personal favorite exterior color. This is the Launch Green, which if you haven't seen it in person, you should go visit a Rivian showroom. It looks amazing. Logan, what do you think?
Yeah, super nice. Kind of like a nature-based color, which is again on brand for Rivian.
Mm-hmm. Rivian did a like a thing with Pantone, and now Pantone's calling it, I think, Rivian Green, which is pretty cool. Here we have the Glacier White that we can show. Oh yeah, you're right. It doesn't have any flake in it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a white car.
Yep. Same as R1.
Yeah, and then another fun color is their Catalina Cove. What do you think of this?
I like it in person more than I liked it online.
Okay, I hated it online. I really like it in person, but what I think is interesting, I want you to get up close here so you can really see how it looks in the sun. And then when we peek around here, it just looks like a bluish gray in the shade.
Yeah, extremely different under light.
So I actually texted Kyle and I said, I think this is the color we have to get. And he said, it doesn't look good in photos. And I would agree.
Yes, yep.
But it looks great in person.
Yep, and even on the podcast, like, you know, we were, I don't know, it's just one you have to see, so.
Absolutely.
And then we have a bunch of flake in this one over here, which is very cool.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty.
This
Maybe
is the midnight color.
I don't want to bother them because they're doing a demo in there, but it's got some flakes of blue and purple. It's gorgeous. I have a midnight black Rivian R1S, and I'm going to go on camera saying I do realize that I probably picked wrong because it shows scratches all the time, and there are so many fun colors offered in the R2, so I would definitely consider getting a fun color as opposed to black.
Well, now our R2 will not be black. There we go.
Now we know. All right. Well, Logan, let's keep doing R2 stuff.
So one thing we forgot to mention is this is the Launch Edition. And so Launch Edition is a performance trim, but you get some goodies with Launch that will eventually be paid or not available at all on the normal performance trim after launch.
Okay.
So first thing you get is you get a special key fob. I don't have it with me, but it is a nice green color.
Traditionally, the key fobs are like that orange and black
Right.
color, and I think this one's like orange and green.
And it still has like that middle accent, but it's green. You also get tow pack included.
Okay.
And so that's something that you'd have to pay for then post-launch edition. You get Autonomy Plus included, which is a $2,500 option or $50 a month if it's not a launch car.
So that's a huge goodie.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's just $2,500 on the hood right there as far as launch goes. And then you also get the option to pay for the launch green color. So it doesn't come standard as a free option on launch, but then post-launch you no longer will be able to even buy launch green.
Do you know what color comes standard with the launch?
I don't.
It's Esker Silver, I believe.
Is that the only free color?
I believe so.
Okay, we'll confirm that.
We'll double check.
But so yeah, so that is the launch edition, and it happens to be a performance trim. But then after that, it'll just be performance, no launch, and all of those goodies will be taken away. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Yeah,
Big
so
fan?
this has more and this has less.
More what? Can you describe that for people who are watching?
Yeah, so it's a little bit harder to push through the defined notches.
Okay.
And
Then
then
to scroll.
so over here, I guess because there's more that
you have more
yeah
control. So
yeah.
the gamut is much
Okay.
larger.
So because there's so many notches for temperature, but there's not as many for volume, I guess. They have it programmed so there's more resistance for volume, but
So you actually feel it. That's so
Yeah.
cool. So they were just explaining that because with volume you get immediate feedback that you can hear audibly. With the weather, you don't want to go from like 60 degrees to 80 degrees, but you get that feedback in the halo itself.
So even here, if you try
Yeah.
You can see that it's very different.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God. I really like it.
He wants one. He's sold.
And then, so I was kind of curious after hearing online about the kind of like the bottom that they have. And so when you get to the bottom, it's not like completely defined, but there's a lot of resistance of that kind of like the end, quote unquote, of where the volume would be.
Okay.
And so you can push, I was curious if you can push through it. You can push through it. There's just a whole lot of pressure.
Like it springs back.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
it's just like, it's wanting to go back, although you can push through it. Yeah, so I think like this is a good example where these are like great for like eyes on the road, hands on the wheel type thing, which is like, you're on the highway, you don't want to be like looking at the screen for 20 seconds and
Yeah.
causing an accident. So I think what he's describing is so nice because while looking at the road and never even looking at this screen, you can know, okay, first notch, we're in the volume now, and I'm not looking right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I know, okay, I've gone 3 up, 4 up from where I was originally.
Okay. But the first notch turn you really feel, so it gives you the feedback of yes, you've turned the volume knob.
Right. So it's non-visual feedback,
Okay.
which is like something you usually don't get.
And I can change the fan, which is so annoying.
Scott, first impressions?
I am so excited. So I was just telling you, I have a hand trimmer that I don't talk about a lot. I had a riding accident about 10 years ago. So I do have a bit of a hand trimmer, and it's why I don't typically showcase our UI stuff by tapping. And I was curious, I also have somebody in my life that has carpal tunnel. So I was curious how this would feel, but you can use it on the front or you can use it from the back. And you can like push in this way, or you can push, go out. So now I've just pushed out, and it's going to allow me, okay, I can go from my maps to, well, here. I can go from maps to, oh, there, it was at this, there wasn't any room to go up, so it stopped me from going up. But then I can do that, which is so nice. And I can stabilize my hand, the whole point of me talking about that. I can stabilize my hand here, so I can actually do stuff, and I don't have to click 4, 5, 6 times onto that, which is so cool.
Right, so like interacting with a flat glass panel for you is not always the easiest thing.
It's not ideal.
Yeah.
It's not ideal. Again, it's such a silly thing, but wow. And when you hit the end, it just gives you that little bounce feedback. How cool is that?
I am in love with these little controls here.
I am. This is so thoughtful. This is taking direct user feedback of wanting something physical and giving it to you, and I'm a huge fan. Logan, I want to film the interior. We don't have a ton of time. I think we have about 10 minutes.
We do.
But we've been waiting because this is the only light-colored interior, and I think it shows through on the camera the best. I also just think it's the only option between the two.
You have to get it.
But what we did not show in our outside walk around was the Frunk. Now, different than the R1, which has kind of a button right here, you'll see this is just a little touch, and it opens. Sesame, wow. Apparently you can fit 6 full-size grocery bags or like a carry-on bag in here. I think it's decent. You're holding that.
Does
but
it
should
does
hold
it go
itself.
does it go up further?
Yep.
Am I off on that? It seems like it's not open too much.
No, it's quite open.
Okay.
That's like a
okay.
decent bit of space. Something that I did notice that I want to point out, and Colton this will drive him mad. Look at the fit and finish here. So close to wide.
Well, these are early builds.
But wait, what's going on here?
Yeah,
This is down low. This is high.
Yeah, it's not good.
We gotta bring it out. I'm just saying.
These are not customer cars, so.
I do know about a cutie pie little Easter egg here. This is the frog skunk, aka the Frunk, because it is a frunk.
They invented an animal, Scott.
I know. I love that. So does not, if you touch it, does not close. You have to pull down, and then we.
And then it
tap
is soft
nice.
close.
All right, let's go inside.
Interior.
Alrighty, folks. What do we think so far? So, newly designed seat, different than the R1. Still has that vegan leather type feel. Recycled birch wood, I believe, is what this is. This is a nice fabric. Seating position, pretty good.
Yeah, super good. Yep, it's a taller vehicle. I have no problem with where the seats are, like relative to the dash.
Sit up. I don't sit up, but I know short people have to sit up. For those that are watching, I'm 5'10".
Yep.
Okay, so it gets pretty high.
And a lot of headroom as well, I'd point out.
Really?
Like you're a taller person, you have the seat very far up, and you have, what, 3 inches above your head still?
And I'm all the way raised up.
Right, and you still have headroom.
I feel like it's moving pretty slow, so I want to be able to show you guys this. It still has this liner. I like the light liner, the lighter color, but it's like a fabric. I prefer something like
suede type thing.
Yeah, a suede-like material would be really nice.
Yeah, honestly, this is very reminiscent of like 3 and Y, both in color and in material, which is a con for me, but it's decently excusable.
This is a cheaper vehicle, and we can live with that. Of course, this is quite a bit of space here. I feel like it's more space further back than my Rivian.
And then do we want to do the 2 glove box action?
Yeah, absolutely. Show us the double glove box. Is it touch or... Oh, nice.
So you pop it in and then it comes out?
This one might be locked.
Only the one on the right.
So single center console, you can fit a lot of stuff in there. You got 2 USB-Cs, which is great. Now I do want to point out something on the door that Jeff brought up in his presentation that I absolutely love. So if you look right there, do you notice that cutout in the door on the left? That is specifically so you can fit a full-size water bottle in your side door pocket. That is not something I can do right now with my car, and my water bottle goes flying.
Yeah,
so nice is that?
It's really tall. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got the little pocket there with the removable floor of it.
Yep.
What you're zooming in on, I don't know how to.
For like cleaning that pocket there, and then these materials are all carried over from the dash. Something I want to point out to you guys is I didn't think this would be the case on R2. Keep in mind this is the premium interior, but all of these materials are good, every single one.
And by good you mean this is like the same material as R1.
Yeah, and so like I have
Quality
I have sort of like a benchmark standard of like, is the vehicle premium or not, and then that kind of tells me like, am I gonna, be mad if there's not premium materials in the interior? This is in that category of price, and so
Nice.
at $60,000, I get picky. I think they did a great job.
I think they did an awesome job. We've got some controls up here. Now I'm curious because this says 5X and down. Oh, that's all 5 windows.
So that's all of them, and then the one on the right, if you want to do the one on the right, if you push
is that the rear one?
That is the rear. Go ahead and do the rear glass, and so that'll do only the rear.
Nice. Okay, but I didn't know that you could do all. Okay. Oh, you have to hold it. Hey guys, not gonna hit this over here. Oh, okay, so this is set to my driving position, and again, I am 5'10", for those who are wondering. Very comfortable. This feels nice. It doesn't feel as plusher as my R1, but again, I'm not. I keep comparing the two, and I really shouldn't be comparing the two, but this is nice.
And then do you want to fold down the armrest there?
Oh, but you said, do you want me to fold down the seat?
Oh, we're just
no.
gonna squish you, Scott.
Okay, so great armrest, 2 cup holders, and a device holder. Amazing. We've got heated rear seats back here, which is great. I actually like the physical controls here. I have a lot of friends who ride in my back seat, and because it's touch, they do get a little bit frustrated. We've got USB-C outlets right here and a nice hanger. Really good. This is comfortable, and I wonder how far. Ooh, how do I make it lean back? There's nothing on the side, does it? But we know that it folds down. Interesting. Is it this?
So that's the fold right there, is that button in the back.
But that's forward. Okay, so maybe this is the constant seating position?
We will find out about that.
TBD, but pretty comfy for me. So, I haven't opened this yet. Here we go. There's a button here. If you want to zoom in on it, there it goes. Buy button.
Right above the V.
All right. So, this is a decent amount of cargo space. Should I get in it?
Go for it.
And see?
And so you can see, as we were checking out earlier, this opening is a little bit smaller than the actual trunk is.
Because it's slanted.
Because it is reset, and so that hump right there.
So you can't really, can they see that?
Yes, yep,
Okay, yeah,
yep.
so you can see that, but
Yep.
pretty comfy. We've got a 120 volt outlet here and a 12 volt with some tape on it.
And behind both wheel wells are a nice little cubby right here.
Extra storage.
Similar to Model Y there in design, but this whole thing is boxier as far as height as opposed to Model Y.
Yeah, so I feel like you can actually have a dog back here. Good wheel well storage. I use my wheel well storage all of the time in my R1. It's actually where I pack almost all of my like dirty horse stuff and dog stuff, and it keeps everything else.
And then does
nice
that
and
one come
clean.
up as well?
It does not, but it looks like it would. Oh,
But there's storage back here.
maybe there is, but I don't want to.
Interesting.
I don't want to break.
I don't know if
their
it's stuck
stuff.
or I think it does come up,
I think it does come up too.
but good amount of storage under there.
So I was about to say, oh, let's fold down the back seats, but you actually have to go back around.
Right, so
to
no
fold them
electronic
down.
release in the
Okay.
rear. So we'll fold these
Again,
down
at
for
this
you guys.
price point, I think that's fine.
Yep, I think that's excusable.
And a big feature of the R2 is that it folds completely flat. I camp in my R1 all the time, and this still would give me plenty of space to be able to do that. They've actually got a display over there in the black car, I believe, where you can camp. What do you think of this interior storage?
Super good. This is exactly, I think it's exactly what you'd expect for a car of this length, but then you get the pros as opposed to so many other EVs of the boxy design, and that pays a lot of dividends in storage.
So much cooler. Like,
Yep.
let's just be real. It looks really cool.
Well, exactly, because you're paying a lot of money, and you're paying the same money for other cars, but with this one, you don't feel like they had to completely compromise the car to eke out 10 miles of range.
I really don't feel like I'm compromising on anything. Nice little door button here. Now it's pointing up, so I'm wondering if it opens from the inside, but if I press it, oh, nice. It also closes it.
Yes.
Dang, this Borealis looks good.
And then that button was right there for you guys.
Oh, and something interesting, these are actually pushed out. They're like angled out like that.
Yep.
That looks good.
It does. Yep.
Okay, R2, I see you.
Scott, Lucid's slogan is compromise nothing. I'm not seeing a lot of compromises with this car either.
I know, and I feel like I could adventure forever. All right, well, Logan and I are having a ton of fun here, so I think we're gonna get to go for a ride along. And I also think we're going to experience all of the UI, which is could be a whole separate video. But I think we've covered the burning questions here on the exterior and interior. We'll talk about all the wheel and tire options as well. Any final thoughts so far?
I think R2 is the car to get, Scott.
He's excited. So I see an R2 owner in our future.
We have all the wheels here, guys. We're gonna walk through what each one comes standard on each trim and then which ones you can option as well. So the 19-inch all season is right here. You guys have eyes, I'll let you guys as far as looks go. But this 19 comes on the base car, which is the standard.
So the standard trim?
Yeah, the standard trim. So right now we don't really have a lot of information on that base one with the small battery or whatever. But we do have that rear drive standard trim, that comes with.
And it looks like they come on these Pirelli Scorpion MSs.
Yep, and so that is a general all season, as you would expect for a base car. It'll get you down the road.
But not very
just
good
fine.
in all seasons.
Right, exactly. And all season to no season, as we like to say around here.
All right.
So this is the 20, and so this is the base wheel on the premium trim.
Okay.
And so on standard, if that wasn't clear, this is all you get. You cannot option anything else.
Okay.
You're getting the 19. On the premium trim, you step up. This is the base wheel. This is a free option on premium.
So these are the 20-inch all-season bi-color carbons.
Yes, and so again, an all-season tire, still from Pirelli.
Yep, so come on the Scorpion MSs.
Yes.
That's
and
pretty
then
good.
sticking around in that same premium trim, this is the 21, which is optional on premium. And so this is going to obviously give you a little bit of a better look, in my opinion.
Yeah, these I really like. Can I get these on my Performance?
Yes, you can get them on your Performance. So this is optional on Premium, but standard on Performance.
Okay, so this liquid tungsten is standard on Performance.
Yes.
Okay.
And so now moving again from that premium trim, which is the 20 or the optional 21, the top trim, which is the Performance, the 21s are standard that we just looked at, which are still in all season.
Okay.
And so that's going to give you a little bit harsher of a ride, obviously. It has less sidewall because all of these tires have a 32-inch outer diameter.
And why is that important?
Or sorry,
you were explaining that.
All of the tire and wheel package, I should say, are all 32 outer diameter. And so that means we're just changing wheel size and sidewall size, which is ride comfort, road feel, road texture, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And so that's important when we talk about the 21 because we have less sidewall here standard on the Performance trim, which you would expect for a performance car. If you're going to do, light canyon carving with your R2, this is the wheel and tire to get, although it's still an all season. There is no, summer or like ultra high performance all season option. Again, then last wheel, we're still on that Performance trim. You can option this on Performance.
Only on Performance,
but
right?
you cannot get an all-terrain tire on any trim of R2 except for the top trim, the Performance trim.
Okay, and these are the BF Goodrich Trail Terrain TAs.
This
is the first time that Rivian is offering the BF Goodrich as an OE option.
Yes. And so this is an all-terrain. We will obviously test it as far as off-road cred goes, but we can assume, mud, dirt, this will be your tire.
Mud.
Mud. We can't assume one thing and it's mud. That'll be your. So in the Performance trim, you can kind of think of it as like you're doing the off-road build or you're doing like the sporty build, even though it's an all-season.
Okay.
And then obviously as well, like they're all 32 OD. And so you can look at the fact that this 19 is going to give you the best ride comfort. And we know that because of the sidewall.
Because it's the cushiest.
It is, yeah. And so this is kind of the thing, like I feel like over the last few years with cars, we've gotten so used to like big wheel equals expensive car. It's gonna ride better. It just is.
Okay.
And so
direct quote from Logan.
Yeah, it's hard to engineer around super small sidewall, no matter how you do it. But that is all four of the tires. One more time, we have standard, we have comes standard with premium trim, we have optional on premium, we have this also being optional on premium is standard on Performance, and then we have optional on Performance.
Okay, thanks for covering the wheels and tires because there's no way I could have done that. Logan, it's our first time in the R2.
It's our first time ever moving.
That ding we know and love.
Yes.
I'm feeling sideways.
Pretty gnarly angle here.
Oh, it looks so cool. Dead quiet. How is it from a handling perspective?
Excellent. It's pretty insane what this can do out of the box.
So we've got some like elephant steps here, and you can see he's using the cameras as well. So when we get vertical, oh wow! Oh my god, that was awesome.
So I'm holding the camera level here so you can see what kind of incline and off-axis tilt we're on.
What? Oh, now we're about to go up a very scary hill.
All right, so super steep hill here.
All right, floor it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Perfect. Great brake performance.
Thank you.
We're better than everyone because we're taller than everyone.
Now, if you look out the roof glass, you'll see the Capitol.
Oh, beautiful. Logan, it's right in front of you, actually.
I can't see.
You
Oh, there
can't
we go.
see it.
I can't see.
Oh, my goodness. Amazing. So that 9.6 inches of ground clearance really does help.
It does.
The approach angle there was pretty impressive as well. No scraping on the front.
Hey, Logan.
Hello. We have a little bit of time for a software deep dive.
Yes. Okay. So you are not a regular Rivian user.
Right.
You
Yep.
drive a Tesla.
I do not daily one. Yeah.
I am a regular Rivian user, so I think this will be an interesting kind of dual
Right,
take
for
on
sure.
the software, because I can tell you right now it's not the same as what's in my R1
Right.
now.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So off the bat, obviously you guys have seen different screen dimensions. We did hear that this like back end is the same. It's all UI.
So the same as the R1?
Yes.
Okay.
And so it's running, like, obviously it's different hardware, but the software is the same. It's just being skinned and being shaped to this screen.
Okay.
So
the screen's just a little bit shorter,
Right, exactly.
a little bit smaller.
Yep.
Looks great. And we
it
also
does.
have this updated screen, but we'll talk about that in a
Right,
minute.
we'll show you guys that in a second. So we did hear that this software is coming to R1 later this year. We don't know when.
Exciting.
So starting off here, just a quick like speed test as far as just like going through without any sort of actual intentionality.
It's not laggy.
Nope, it's good. And so they talked a little bit about the new chip. I believe they said 200 tops, and you can feel that. Even like that right there, like there's almost no lag.
It's really nice.
Like RAM usage is
when
good
I
too.
first got my R1, my Gen 2 R1, the lagginess was so bad, it was like noticeably frustrating. But
Right.
this is great.
Yep, and then we can swipe over here. So yeah, so let's get into the actual software here. That swipes over. So nav here. UI is like decently similar, but just like the setup of things, right, Scott?
So it is based off of Google Maps, which we love. That was an update that I got about mid-year last year, so we love that. I think it looks really good.
Very snappy. We can do route planning if we want to just throw
go
in.
ahead to NC Car.
Let's do it.
Amazing.
And let's see how quickly that. Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I thought I was gonna throw the chargers in.
well, we're also, I don't know.
The whole connectivity situation.
Yeah, I think we're having, this is a prototype still, right? I mean, I don't know. We may not have a lot
technically
of
this is not
service.
production.
Okay, but relatively good route planning. That looks like a horrible drive. Let's promise to never do that. Okay, something that are you done with the maps?
Yes. Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
Something that I thought was really cool was this new weather feature.
Yes.
This is something that I believe Jeff really wanted, or was it Wasim?
I think it was Wasim.
It was Wasim.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get this really beautiful UI, but then you get the information that actually matters, like wind, humidity, precipitation. You
Yep.
get a weekly forecast, and it's all powered by Google Maps.
Yes.
So really clean integration, and I just love how it looks.
I love the UI that they skin on top of the Google stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, sweet. So jumping into the controls here, this screen, right, is similar to R1?
Yes, this is the same screen, but I don't have this feature that I'm about to show you because I'm sitting on the driver's side, but I think you should actually adjust this, and it pops over to your side.
Yes,
That's
super nice.
really, really nice.
So this is the settings page, so that kind of just pulled it up, that there is a dedicated settings page. So yeah, this is kind of a new, everything's new, I believe.
All of this is new.
Yep.
Now, a feature that I really like within the settings, as somebody who, I don't love when settings are buried menu after menu after menu. If I just want to look up, like, climate, I'm wondering if climate is the right word.
Yep.
So if I look up climate, it's going to show me anything that comes with climate. You can look up something else, and it'll be able to pull it up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and one of the examples we were shown was like the wiper service menu, which is one where you don't.
Why don't you show it?
Yeah. And so like I think this is a great use case because you're not like hopping in your car every day and doing the wiper service, so you may not know like exactly what, menu you need to be in. And so for something you do like once a year to be able to just, search it up. And then this wheel and tire menu is something we want to highlight as well, which is.
Oh yeah, okay, this is cool.
So this is like
nerd out about it.
Yeah,
this is really cool.
Amazing. So this is similar to Tesla's integration, but they do a way better job here. So Tesla's integration is just, I guess, kind of telling the computer you have new wheels and tires, and then it will mileage track it. But this has like the actual, OE name of what your wheel and tire is. You can change that to a different OE setup. And then just like this entire UI being able to do, like to reset each one and everything.
But then if you swap, say I swap tires, but I keep these same wheels, or vice versa, if I swap wheels, but I keep the same tires, it
Yes.
does tell me how many rotations per
Right.
that specific wheel or tire.
Super nice.
And then it adds on, which I think is amazing.
So continuing here, we do have the drive mode menu.
This is a performance. It's important to note that.
Okay.
So it offers all-purpose sport, conserve, and snow.
Yes.
I don't know off the top of my head if other trim levels are going to offer those drive modes.
We were told, I think there's like 2 modes that you don't get in
Okay.
In the non-performance.
Okay.
I forget off the top of my head, but I would think it would be like sport and the off-road stuff.
Okay.
But the off-road page, you have to go brake for off-road, it says. So anyways, all-purpose sport, conserve snow, you guys are used to that with R1. We have suspension settings right here because we are in the performance, which is the only one with the adaptive dampers. Regen and stability as usual. UI kind of looks similar, but just in a different setup.
Yeah, this is the same. I'm just not used to having this sidebar in my R1. It will have dog mode. It doesn't have it right now.
Yes.
But we were told on launch they will be getting dog mode and like a keep climate function.
Yeah, and then eventually an all-new redesigned camp like app type thing eventually. So we don't have that on launch, but
Why don't we look
cameras-
at the... Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cameras are great. What about the music? That looks
Yes.
way different.
Yes.
This looks so good.
It does.
Really, really nice. Okay, what else for any type of software, what are you looking to see?
I'm looking to see speed, and I'm looking to see great design, and I see both of those. It's a lot of it's carryover from R1, but yeah, I know I think it's great. It's like similar, but just a little bit different.
This is such an upgraded level of software and technology that most people who will be going from ICE cars or even like, lesser electric vehicles, that they're going to have all of this customization and they're going to get to experience over-the-air software updates, which make all the difference to a car like this.
100%.